If the world were about to end, you would expect headlines, sirens, panic, presidents at podiums. But what if I told you that on 3 separate occasions, humanity teetered on the edge of extinction and barely anyone noticed? No explosions, no warnings, just luck. 3 days when the lights could have gone out permanently, and you would have probably never even heard of them. Let's start with the first one. The date, September 26, 1983. The Cold War was at a full boil. The United States and the Soviets sat on mountains of nuclear weapons, each side just minutes away from launching the unthinkable. That night, deep inside the Soviet bunker, 44-year-old Lieutenant Stanislav Petrov was the duty officer at Superstorm 15, a secret satellite monitoring station outside Moscow. His job? Watch for any signs of an American nuclear launch, and if detected, report it immediately up the chain of command. Just past midnight, alarms blared. The system had detected an incoming missile from the United States. Moments later, it showed 2, then 3, 4, 5. It was exactly what Soviet protocol had trained for. A first strike. Petrov had minutes, maybe seconds to act. Reporting it would almost certainly result in a retaliatory nuclear strike against the US. But something didn't feel right. Petrov paused, thought, why only 5 missiles? Why not hundreds, like any real first strike would require? He made a decision. He reported it as a false alarm, and he was right. The system had misinterpreted sunlight reflecting off clouds as missile launches. Petrov's calm skepticism in that moment may have saved hundreds of millions of lives, and yet almost no one knew about it. The incident was kept secret for over a decade. Petrov himself was reprimanded for not filing out his paperwork properly, and the world was nearly engulfed in nuclear fire because of a software glitch, and a single man preventing it by trusting his gut instead of the machine. Now imagine the world ending, not in fire, but in silence. Our second brush with catastrophe came on July 23, 2012. By this time, the threat didn't come from politics, it came from the sun. The sun regularly releases coronal mass ejections, massive blasts of charged particles that shoot through the solar system at millions of kilometers per hour. Usually they miss us, or are deflected by Earth's magnetic field. But sometimes they don't. In 1859, a powerful solar storm, now known as the Carrington Event, hit Earth directly. Telegraph systems across Europe and North America burst into flames. The northern lights were seen as far south as Cuba. If that time event occurred today, experts estimated it would have caused trillions of dollars in damage, knocking out satellites, GPS, radio, and the internet, and entire power grids. Some countries could be left in the darkness for months. In 2012, the sun released another Carrington-class solar storm. It was enormous. The blast traveled across space and through the exact points in Earth's orbit where our planet had just been 9 days earlier. If it had erupted just a bit sooner, we would have been in the crosshairs. NASA later declared that if the solar flare had hit us, the consequences would have been catastrophic on a global scale. No power, no internet, no refrigeration, planes grounded, hospitals failing. A technological collapse, not for hours, but possibly years. And here's the thing, it wasn't headline news. Most of the planet carried on completely unaware that our digital civilization had just missed a knockout blow. The third day, it began like any other. No warnings, no signs, no countdown. Just another ordinary rotation of our fragile blue planet. March 23, 1989, an asteroid named 4581 Asclepius about the size of a 40-story skyscraper, silently whizzing past Earth at over 70,000 kilometers per hour. It missed us by a cosmic hair, just 6 hours. If Earth had been just 6 hours further along in its orbit, a quarter of a rotation, we would have been directly in its path, and no one saw it coming. It wasn't detected until after it had passed. The technology to track near-Earth objects simply wasn't ready. We could have woken up to the sky on fire, and we wouldn't have had a clue. For comparison, the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs was only slightly larger. Had struck, it would have released energy equivalent to hundreds of nuclear bombs. A direct hit could have leveled an entire continent, sending debris into the atmosphere, triggering global climate effects and collapsing ecosystems. All in a blink, all unnoticed. 3 days, 3 events, all invisible to most of us, all nearly rewriting the story of humanity. But here's what's unsettling. These weren't freak events. They weren't once-in-a-million-year anomalies. They're reminders of how thin the veil of normalcy really is. We like to think of a world as stable, predictable, but in truth, we're riding a cosmic dartboard, surrounded by chaos and armed with technology that could end us, or save us, depending on who's at the controls. In each case, survival didn't come from strength, it came from luck, from a man choosing intuition over protocol, from a solar flare missing us by a sliver of time, from a rock in space slipping past silently. It makes you wonder, how many other near misses have passed by unseen? How many bullets has Earth dodged that we'll never know about? And next time, will we be lucky again? Or will it be the day we don't notice until it's too late? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on the next upcoming video.